Welcome. This is the 60th annual Beat the Champs, presented by the Chicagoland BPA. And these are the finals. Today, all of the finalists from all around Chicagoland are gathering to find the champions in each division: men's, women's, and kids. The 60th annual Beat the Champs, brought to you by Storm, the Bowlers Company, by the Chicagoland BPA, and by Kulik. Now, the finals of the 60th annual Beat the Champs.
All right, well, welcome everyone. We are here at beautiful Lyle Lanes, and it is game 1 of 3. And I've got in the booth with us none other than Mr. Bill Duff. Bill, how's it going today? We are getting going today, Mr. Duff, and 64 youth bowlers.
That comprise 32 bowlers from our 17U and 32 bowlers from our 11U division, 16 boys and 16 girls in each of those divisions. We'll be awarding $5,000 in scholarships to half the field today.
This is great. Bill, we are live streaming on a few different platforms this morning, one of which is Beat the Champs Facebook. So shout out to anyone who's tuning in on the Beat the Champs Facebook page. Storm Bowling, of course, we were live there and on our YouTube page. So it'd be archived, and if you want to go back and watch these great youth athletes compete, take it all in. Enjoy it. This is the first ever time that we have had youth athletes part of the Beat the Champs experience, and we have 64 of Chicagoland's best here, Bill.
And not only just from the Chicagoland area, we for the first time opened up this event on the youth side to all of our Illinois State BPA member centers. We have some bowlers as far away as Alton, Illinois, down by the St. Louis area, Bloomington, Freeport in the northwest side. So we've got representation statewide with the bulk from the Chicagoland area.
Yeah, and so great job to you and your team for putting it all together. And we got some talented bowlers. One just bowled on lane 17, Landon Jordan, who is the kid wins everything. Do you know Landon at all? Do you know Landon Jordan?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I know Landon. And I probably know his parents much better.
Yeah.
Tony. Well, I guess I'm going to be probably giving up my age here, but I remember when Landon's dad was a junior bowler and was bowling here too. So it's definitely there's something in the family genes when it comes to the Jordans, no doubt.
There you go. So there's 2 Jordans bowling. Rylan is bowling off to the left, and she's down somewhere on 17 or 7 and 8. Our feature pair right in the middle of the house, the big, beautiful Beat the Champs banner that you can see here. And we're right here, 15, 16, 17, 18. You've been in this bowling center before, Bill. This is part of your greater Chicagoland area centers, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. This center has hosted many finals before. At one time, they actually hosted the Beat the Champ Target Score show, probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And we are thrilled to have a youth division. You know, this being our 60th year and our first finals since 2000, that we're able to continue, 60 years with this great charitable event, but really appreciate with Storm's sponsorship and partnership with us, we've been able to add this division. And by the way, these jerseys that these kids all received today as a finalist, courtesy of Storm Bowling, they look great.
Yeah, our friends at Kulik said, hey, we want to help. And so they designed, and the jerseys have a Chicagoland landscape, or what is that, a skyline, right? skyline on it, around the bottom of it. You could see a Navy Pier. Isn't that the big Ferris wheel thing? Is that what it's called?
There you go. It looks like picture was taken from the lake, showing the landscape into the city. It's pretty cool.
Very good. Well, we're happy to be here. It's fun to be back in Chicago. Storm's really happy to be a partner with the Chicagoland BPA. And just having some fun. Celebrating this great game of bowling.
This is what our tournament director, Joy LaCour, has termed the Stormtastic Finals.
The Stormtastic. I like it. Thank you, Joy. Thank you for the shout out.
And this will be. We've got our youth bowling this morning, and then we'll start all over again at 2 o'clock this afternoon with both our men's and women's finalists bowling too. And they'll have a separate set of prizes on the adult level too. But what it comes down to, Gary, is really the charitable aspect of this event. That's the true winners, or the charities that will receive funding.
Yeah.
And primarily through the bowlers' entries. They paid a $5 entry fee in their leagues back in December.
Yep.
And a portion of those bowlers then, representing their centers, advanced to sectional competition. And from our sectional competition, we're now to our top 64 youth bowlers, and we'll have our top 32 men and top 32 women adult bowlers later on this afternoon.
Yeah, and so today it's $5,000 that were given away in scholarships to all these youth athletes. The top half of the 64 finalists are taking home some prize money for college, Bill, which is great.
Absolutely, we're happy to be able to do this, and we're really looking forward to the growth of this event, just as we see the growth in youth bowling.
Absolutely. Well, Storm's happy to be along for the ride and just enjoying it all. Getting up Julian Rivera here on lane 16. That was a pretty strong ball. I think he averages about 190, if I'm not mistaken. So he's a righty, but he throws it with the reverse kind of hook, which, you know what? We've seen a lot of people doing that. And averaging 191 from Hebetler Bowl. Do you know the Hebetler family?
Oh, absolutely. They've been an institution in the Chicagoland area. They're a third generation, actually fourth generation, now running that center. And it all started with Rudy Hebetler, who was a excellent bowler in his own right. I believe he won the ABC Masters at that time, back in the late 1950s.
Oh, no kidding.
No kidding. So, yep.
So you know who I talk to, which Hebetler that I speak with is Bobby Hebetler.
Oh, yes. And
young Bobby, 19 years old, going to college at Indiana Tech. Bobby, if you happen to be listening, I wore my Indiana Tech sweatshirt that you guys sent to me and Leanne on my plane ride the other day. In fact, I took a picture of it just to make sure that Leanne let you know that I was representing Indiana Tech University.
How cool is that? How cool is that? They, the Illinois State Bowling Proprietors put a tournament together. It's a USBC Tier 1 collegiate event that runs in mid-January. It's the Kegel ISBPA Midwest Collegiate Classic, and Indiana Tech did really well at that event. They've had a great season. We had 133 collegiate teams bowling at the 84 lane Stardust Bowl, and I'm certain we'll see many of these bowlers that are here on today's live stream at that event in a few more years.
Oh, Emery, I thought had that. Just unfortunate. Good shot. Didn't convert. So what's it like having a youth division for the first time? I know that was one of your priorities, is Beat the Champs returned after a year or two off with COVID, right?
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
wanted to come back and do the youth thing. So
And with our new partnership with Storm, you know, the synergy is there because Storm is so active and so supportive of youth and collegiate bowling that this just made all the sense in the world to get this started. And I hope we have another 60 years left in us, Gary. Maybe not you and me at that point.
Nope. Nope. I'm looking for 6 more months.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Hall of Famer Leanne, my wife, actually, has checked in with us and said, hi, guys. She loves any opportunity she gets to talk to you, Bill. She enjoys it. And she asked me this morning, as Kelly and we called her from the car ride over from the hotel to Lyle Lanes. And it was just one of those fun calls, and I told the girls how impressed I am with both Kelly and Leanne. I mean, they had Hall of Fame careers, and now they spend all their time giving back in any way that they can to the sport. And I don't know, they just have so much respect and admiration for you that I think Leanne was sad she missed out on our dinner last night.
Oh, yeah, it would have been great. I love to see Leanne, and of course, Leanne bowled as the Target Score show as a U.S. Open champion herself, and Leanne, we'd love to see you back in Chicago.
Come to Chicago anytime and visit us. We are. Just approaching the halfway point of game number 1. You might be able to tell the scores up above on the monitor. To the right, 17 and 18. You've got Team USA member Landon Jordan, and the kid can just flat out bowl, and he is there on that pair. It looks like. Who is JB on that pair? Also having the front 3. So let me look. Let's look. JB is Joey Blonsky from Stardust. You were just talking about Stardust. He averages 200. We'll give you a rundown of the athletes bowling on 17 and 18. It's Landon Jordan from Mardi Gras Lanes. Bill, I don't want to make us feel bad, but he's listed his average as 231 or some version of that.
Okay.
Dylan Balloon from Arlington Lanes,
Okay.
218 average. Joey Bonsky from Stardust, a 200 average. Alex Xavier Munoz, who helped me this morning set up my live stream and do the testing with me. He's my guy. He was in the booth testing everything with me, but he's from Arena Bowl. Where's Arena Bowl?
Arena's in Oak Lawn, and it's a really nice, very strong league center in the Oak Lawn area, and they've hosted several of our Beat the Champ finals as well as Target Score show. Matter of fact, I can remember watching Robert Lawrence setting the men's Target Score shows and rolling a 299 at Arena.
299
on our Target Score show, making it very difficult for those adult men to beat the champ that year. That was on lane 17. That was Joe keeping his streak alive.
Keeping his 4-bagger now. All right. Jeremiah Travis from Olympia Lanes is a 205 average bowler. Where is Olympia Lanes?
Olympia Lanes is in Hammond, Indiana, which is really in the northwest Indiana area. It's even though it's in Indiana, a lot of those bowlers from that area cross over both in the southwest suburbs of Illinois and the northwest, and that's where Olympia Lanes is. And we are really thrilled to have added the centers in Northwest Indiana to this again.
Yep.
with the sponsorship and with the youth event. We just want to grow it as far as we can in this market.
All right. Also on 17 and 18 is Tyler Pavlis from River Rand Bowl. Averaging 190. Good player, Tyler. River Rand, I've been there before. I actually been to that center, Bill.
Yeah, okay. River Rand is in my hometown of Des Plaines.
All right, and Ben Clark, and I don't know how to say it. Is it Channington? Shanahan Lanes?
Shanahan.
Shanahan.
Shanahan Lanes in the Will
Shanahan
County.
Lanes.
Yep, in the Will County area.
All right.
It's a very strong league bowler house. As a matter of fact, yes, their proprietor, Tom Dowd, his wife Betsy. Tom is the current Illinois State BPA president. So.
All right.
He's here today rooting on his bowlers as well.
Well, that's good. Hopefully I get to meet Tom and say hello at some point today.
Absolutely.
All right, 15 and 16, right here for your viewing pleasure. We've got Julian Rivera from Hebetler Bowl, like I said earlier. Anthony Garcia from Lawn Lanes. Where's Lawn Lanes?
Lawn Lanes is in the city of Chicago on Pulaski Avenue on the southwest side of the city.
It's like actually in the city?
Actually in the city. It's been their family run and it's been an institution in the Chicagoland, in the city of Chicago area. Matter of fact, it's a 16-lane center, and we'll be conducting the finals of the Coors Light Pins Over Average at their center coming up May 3rd.
Okay. All
Shameless
right.
plug there.
See, I love the plug. AJ Cantor from Shanahan Lanes. Did I say it right?
You got it.
Okay.
That's it.
Emery Greer from Castaways Bowl. I don't know where that one is either. Castaways is
in Calumet City, and those are what I was mentioning, the crossover between Northwest Indiana and the southwest side of the suburbs of Chicago. Those are those bowlers right in that area. That is a big bowling area with a lot of large bowling centers.
all right. Mircatio Adams from Waveland Bowl. Did I say it right? Mircatio?
I think you got that one.
I think I nailed it. I think I crushed that. I met Mircatio earlier. He's a fun guy.
Hopefully he's crushing the pins.
Yeah, crushing the pins. Landon from Pheasant Lanes. I think I've been to Pheasant Lanes.
Pheasant Lanes is in Bloomington. And
Bloomington.
They host a lot of tournaments. The Pepsi tournaments as well. It's a really modern center in the perfect location in the state.
I think my friend Dave Bartlett has something to do with Pheasant Lanes.
Dave is the general manager of the center.
There you
Very
go,
good.
Dave. If you're paying attention today, hello, my friend.
Shout out.
Dave and I, 100 years ago, bowled doubles together at the Open Championships in Reno, Nevada. We were the doubles partners.
Dave's a very competitive bowler.
Yeah, he was the good one of us, and I was just along for the ride. Ricardo Garcia from Lawn Lanes as well on 15 and 16. So those are your folks bowling today. What I love about this event, Bill, besides all the history of it and the charity, I love the charity aspect of it, and I want to get to talking about the charity in a second. But first, for the first time having the youth in, this is all different skill levels. This is based on average, and they qualify in league, and their handicap is factored in. And so we have finalists here that are just new to the game, that participated in Beat the Champs. They're averaging only 100, but this is where they are in their bowling journey, and they've made it to the finals because they bowled over their average enough to qualify.
Absolutely. Yeah. The 11U is based on a handicap basis of 90% of their average and a 160 cap, and the 17Us is based on 90% of 210. So that does give these bowlers that are maybe not scratch bowlers yet, gives them opportunities to get involved in competitive bowling and keep improving.
That's awesome. All right, Julian finally gets him to go. He's been around the pocket. I could tell that he's, as he said, he's a 190 average player. Easy to tell. So, Bill, how about we do a little shout out to our sponsors, and we'll play a small commercial here for a couple of our friends, and then we'll be back with more live bowling action from Lyle Lanes.
Just to make a point, if you don't look good on the lanes, you won't do good on the lanes. Shop the look. Kulik, proud jersey partner of Storm Bowling. Everything from the Storm Black Label collection to Kulik quick ship jerseys. Each one designed to let your jersey do the talking. Kulik jerseys, hoodies, hats, and more. Kulik. Visit Kulik.com. Select, customize, and be cool. Kulik. Coming this summer, the 2023 Chicago White Sox Bowlers Day, Sunday, August 27th. It's our day for 22 years of guaranteed good time for all. Sunday, August 27th against the Oakland A's. It's the 2023 Chicago White Sox Bowlers Day. Be sure to keep an eye out for more information coming soon. And mark your calendar, Sunday, August 27th. Your game is about to get better. Introducing SPI Plus, a new digital magazine monthly from Storm. This month, practical advice from Danielle McEwen on setting goals and reaching them. Practice tips from Shannon O'Keefe and SPI Plus columns on your fit, fitness, even traveling tips. SPI Plus. Visit stormbowling.com, enter promo code 2023 and get the entire year free. Take your game to the next level with SPI Plus.
All right, Bill. Well, you just got to hear from some of the people involved. Kulik, the White Sox, Storm has that new program that we have called SPI Plus. If you don't know about SPI Plus, go to our website, stormbowling.com, and sign up. It is unbelievable content for wherever you are in your bowling journey, from some of the greatest players and coaches that Storm has on their team. And they give straight videos to you on tips that they work on all year long to sharpen their games up. And it is complimentary. There is no charge. You just have to sign up for SPI Plus and you're good to go. Also in there was a clip from our great friends, the White Sox, and Bowlers Day's coming up. Bill, chat about Bowlers Day with me.
Well, Bowlers Day, this will be our 21st annual event coming up on August 27th. We are so happy that Storm is now a part of the Chicago White Sox Bowlers Day the last 3 years of this event. As you see, and what's really nice is your staff member, Kelly Kulik, who is here all day today.
Yeah.
She has been a part of our Bowlers Day event, I think starting in probably the early 2000s. And she's thrown out the ceremonial first pitch 3 of our 20 years.
Did she make it to home plate?
Oh, my goodness. It's Kelly. She throws strikes.
Hey,
what else can you say?
That's right. The only reason I ask is because we walked Kyle Troop out there last year and he didn't make it. I said he should have done it with 2 hands.
Well, Kelly, having the experience of more than 1 year behind her, she was able to. She noticed. He said, "This is really difficult to go up there without warming up.
Yes.
To have to throw that pitch." And she negotiated
some warm-ups.
For some warm-ups out on the field. With a couple of the ball players, and she did that through the cooperation with Sam Lawson. And Sam Lawson, I've worked with him for the 21 years of the Bowlers Day event. He is a passionate bowler and just a great guy to work with on these kind of events. And it's really nice because Sam's got 2 of his grandkids bowling in this event now.
Competing today.
So
shout
out to Sam too. I'm looking forward to our Bowlers Day event coming up. Do we have an idea yet who's going to be throwing out that first pitch this year?
Sam is asking me to let him know who's going to throw out that first pitch.
Okay.
And I have to look at the schedule, and I need to get him that information like soon, like this week, because he needs to promote it and all that. So, there's a lot of kids bowling today. We have our feature pairs in front of us, 15, 16, 17, 18. But I do want to show you another view from a different camera that goes a little bit further down to the left. And you can see this is mainly the U11 division, right? The little tykes that are so darn cute. I went down and I tried to get up. You know, I was telling dad jokes this morning before we went live.
I did hear some groaning out there.
They didn't like my dad jokes. No, they did not enjoy my humor.
I think they did. I was just teasing you.
And I tried to get them to participate, but I couldn't get them to engage. They looked at me and they just ran away. Bill, they were out
They're
of there.
a little shy. A couple of the smaller kids. Plus, maybe it was your jokes. It could have been something to do with
it. Could have been. It could have been.
So on lane 18, here goes Joe. I had to say something, didn't I?
You jinxed him.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go back to our featured pair. We'll get a view of Joe had the front 6 strikes, and then Bill just opened his mouth to comment 7-pin.
But I do think that both Joe and Landon, who's bowling opposite him on lane 17, they're both throwing a lot of strikes.
They're going both 279 pace right now. It's pretty darn good.
There's some other good bowling too. There's good bowling all over the center right now. Good to see.
Yep. We got Anthony Garcia on 15, who's stepping up. He's working on 3 in a row. He's figured him out, and it's off. It looks pretty good. It's very good. 4 in a row. He's found his mark.
I'll let you do the introductions to the bowlers because you see what happens when I say something.
All right. Malachi gets him to go on 15's hot right now. 15 is getting, the lane is warming up. It was an early morning. Everyone got here early. They checked in. They had to listen through some bad jokes and some announcements. Every time we get the youth athletes together like we did this morning and we play the national anthem, Bill, I get like pretty excited, or it feels great. I just love it.
It does feel like a true finals event when you start with that type of pomp and circumstance.
Yes.
And a little bit of tension that starts to release once that first ball is thrown.
Yeah. And I did enjoy you going through and announcing all 64 of the finalists. They walked up on the approach. They took pictures. Kelly Kulik took their picture. And it was really nice the way you honored all 64 of the finalists.
And it's very deserving. They deserve that recognition, no doubt about it. So it's great to have Kelly here too, and her interaction. These kids all look up to her. It's great, and you're going to be hearing from Kelly in a few minutes. And I'm sure our audience would much rather hear from Kelly than me, but she's just a terrific promoter, and what she does for the sport has over the years has been just incredible. A lot of respect for her.
Yeah. All right, Joseph, that was a tough break, my friend. Solid 7 there on lane 17.
I'm not saying anything anymore.
We're not saying anything anymore, Joseph. Just cover it up and continue on and bowl your big game. Yes, you are right. You're going to go run this thing, and Kelly Kulik is going to be stepping in for game number 2. And we will pick her brain a little bit. She is the current Team USA Junior Team USA coach. And what is really fascinating, Kelly is also our PBA 50 tour manager for SPI products. So think about the dynamics there. On one hand, she's working with folks like Pete Weber. And then on the other hand, she's coaching the next generation. And she's right in between, age-wise, between the youth and the PBA 50 tour touring pros. And she coaches both of them. It's pretty amazing.
It is. And then the irony today, of course, is the PBA Tournament of Champions is
yes.
The finals are being broadcast live today. And Kelly, of course, as I'll mention to these youth bowlers when we do our awards presentation, is, of course, the first female bowler to win a PBA not only to win a PBA title, but the first bowler to ever win a PBA major, a female bowler to win a PBA major. And it happens to be, what, probably 12 years ago, 12, 13 years ago to the day, or at least to the tournament that she won.
I remember that
amazing.
day. It was
Pretty
amazing.
Incredibly amazing. It just goes to show that, you know, the bowling is bowling is a sport for everyone. Everybody can participate, whether you're young or old, whether you're boys, girls, men or women. You can get as good as to the extent that you want to get to. And Kelly's sure shown that.
Absolutely. So, Bill, today's format, we've got 3 games of bowling happening right now. We are ending game 1. And then this afternoon, we'll be back with another version of a live stream.
A little bit different format for the adult finals.
Yeah, and that's 4 games, and they change pairs of lanes after each game, I hear.
Yes.
Rumor has it, Bill.
Yes, yeah, and then that's been our traditional adult finals format for all the years that I've been involved in it, for the last 34 years, and probably closer to all 60 years, and that is where we use 16 lanes for each of our divisions, and they bowl 4 games, skipping a pair and crossing all of those 16 lanes that they use. And that extra game and the lane movement, I think, really helps even out the field, and create some additional good drama.
Good drama. I love it. All right, so some things to keep in mind, just on our featured pair, of course, we have bowlers averaging 230, but we also have bowlers that are just getting going with bowling in the sport, and so their averages is quite a bit lower. And so if you're wondering how the lanes are conditioned or the scoring pace, which a lot of times you're interested in knowing that, this is a modified, or not a modified, but their normal house shot here at Lyle Lanes. The unique thing about the Lyle Lanes house shot, and I talked to the head mechanic and Dave, the general manager, about this yesterday and even this morning, is they put a good amount of oil on the lane. The mills are high, almost to 30, and the length is 43 feet. So coming from different centers, you may not have ever bowled here. This center plays fairly tight. There just seem like there's a good amount of oil out there. So I've noticed some kids coming up light, and that's because where they're bowling or they're used to bowling, I think maybe they just get a little more friction and the lanes hook more. Than they come here and the lanes are pretty tight. So if you're wondering, averages ranging all the way from 100 all the way up, and there you have it. Bill, have you ever bowled here before?
I have never had the opportunity to bowl here. I've been here many, many times to conduct tournaments, but never had that opportunity to bowl here. And we've actually had some meetings here, had visits with the proprietors here, but I've never been on the lanes here. They've done a terrific job, because I don't know, close to maybe a decade ago or a little bit less, there was a major we had a major rainstorm, lasted days and days, and unfortunately this center, the entire lane, all 32 lanes ended up underwater.
Yeah.
And Caesar and Grace and their staff here, they were relentless. It took a lot for them to reopen, as you can imagine. And look at this facility. They did a fantastic job.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Caesar and Grace, our host here, how nice are they?
Oh,
they're the best.
Great people. Great people. great business people, but even better, just human beings.
They're both from the Philippines originally, and we were chatting about this yesterday. Really different parts of the Philippines, up north and versus south, and I learned all about it.
Wow.
And then we talked about lumpia, which is that's a pretty I don't know, historical thing. Lumpia, if you've ever had lumpia before, that's a good thing, right? Have you had it?
I've never, no, I have not. I'll have to ask them about that.
Ask them about lumpia.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I know that they're very happy. They've got a son and their family that live in close by in this area, and also a couple of kids of their kids that live in California, and they became grandparents for 6th time over in January, and they finally got to go visit.
6 times.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's fantastic. All right, what scores do you see over on 17 and 18? It looked like they got some scores going.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like
see a 181 up there.
And yeah, you don't forget too that these are the scratch scores that are on the monitors. That a lot of these bowlers do receive some handicap too, so that's
Absolutely.
not reflected in what they're doing here.
Kelly's taking our picture in the booth.
Hey, Kelly.
Kelly's our photographer.
Kelly does it all, doesn't she? She's
does.
amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I tell people there's a few people in our organization at Storm that I take them anywhere. They do everything. Kelly's one of them.
Just the amount of people she knows and knows their names and all that. It's just incredible.
She's the best.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, once 17 and 18 catch up here, we'll let you go and take care of all your guests. The bowling center is filled this morning with coaches and other proprietors that I saw milling about, as well as, of course, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, and a lot of energy here at Lyle Lanes. We hope you are enjoying the stream. And Bill, thank you. I think you're going to come back for a little bit in the afternoon, or you were going to send Joy in maybe to chat about the history. And before we let you go, give us one memorable story that you personally experienced through Beat the Champs.
Oh, geez, there's
so many. I know.
So many. I think part of the humbleness that I enjoy is seeing these adult bowlers introducing their kids to me and saying, Mr. Duff, and they're now bowling Beat the Champs as an adult bowler themselves, their kids, and to see the generational family. So I guess it's not one instance.
Yeah.
My most embarrassing part was before we had scoreboard graphics. So this goes back a few years with the Target Score show, but my job at that time was to transfer the scores that the bowlers were doing onto a big scoreboard that the camera would then show.
Oh, yeah.
And I think of all the time, again, I grew up in days where we didn't have automatic scoring, so we learned how to score. And I made a mistake, an addition mistake, with a Sharpie on a
big board.
On a big board.
Yep.
And Lisa Vint, who was then the editor and publisher of Windy City Bowling News, from then on, every year when she attended, would hand me a bottle of Whiteout.
Oh, yeah.
That I had forgotten that time. So that one always comes to mind, I guess, because it was a little embarrassing at the time. But we all learn from those kind of things, Gary.
We do, and move on and learn and move on. Joseph is killing it over here. 17, it's off. Does he get it to go? No. 4-pin. 257 if he makes his 4-pin.
Beautiful.
So Joy is looking for you. Joy is looking.
Hi, Joy.
Joy's going to go. She needs you over that way.
Oh, that's right. I guess I'm wanted. We have a very unique circumstance in that one of the bowlers was replaced for our adult men's finals.
Yes.
And so, of course, as things go, there was a tie amongst several bowlers for that last spot. And usually those roll-offs are done right at that time when there's a tie.
Yeah.
But because that bowler was planning on bowling and then wasn't able to, we now have to do a roll-off for that 30-second spot for the men's. And they're here, and I've got to go.
You're going to go
there.
run that roll-off, and one of those competitors is going into the finals this afternoon, and the other one is going home. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Wow.
it. But they're going to have one of them is going to have a 1 in 32 chance to win a $10,000 first place prize.
And that's what before you go, $10,000 this afternoon, right?
For both the men and women's champions.
10,000 for the man and 10,000 for the lady.
Absolutely. And
that's amazing. All right.
All right.
Go have fun,
that was
Bill.
Fun, Gary. Yep. And
thanks for hanging out. We'll have Kelly Kulik come in and take over for you.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
Thanks, Gary.
All right, well, that was Mr. Bill Duff. Landon Jordan in with 238, and Joe ended with 257. So 17 and 18. Good stuff. Good stuff going on. How's everyone's Sunday morning? You guys good out there? You want to hear from the great Kelly Kulik? I'm texting her to come to the booth right now, just so you know. Yeah, we have a lot of streaming going on today at Storm. Of course, we are here at the Beat the Champs finals. And then, of course, down in Louisiana, the Storm Youth Championships is going on. And you can pick up that stream as well. And go back and watch them independently of one another as well. Can't watch them both at the same time, I don't think. I mean, maybe. But maybe not. All right, on 17, Alex Xavier Munoz, who was my guy that helped me this morning. Just a perfect shot. Struck to start his game 2. He helped me do all the audio this morning. It's my guy. I put him to work. Stepping into the booth. Get it? Putting the headset on. None other than the great Kelly Kulik. Can I call you the great Kelly Kulik, Kelly?
Call me whatever you want. As long as I'm on time, that works.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm just so excited to see all these youth bowlers out competing today in the Beat the Champ competition. I'm going back and forth, looking at the 11 and 12-year-olds all the way up here 17, and just seeing the talent that's out here.
Yeah, and it is interesting. You've got a bunch of kids starting out in their bowling journey.
Yep.
Mixed in with some literally on 17 and 18 with Landon Jordan, one of the top players in the United States. So it's a mixture of everyone. Everyone's in a different journey in their sport, and so it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to take it all in. So you were out visiting with everyone, Kel.
I was.
Popping around, saying hi. How's the mood out there on the lanes? Everyone excited?
Very energetic. You know, I think some of the kids are still asleep a little bit, but I haven't taken a picture yet of the parents to show all the support from the adults here with their kids. You know, some of them are grandkids out here competing. It's very interesting to see, but it's standing room only, Gary. Standing room only.
Yeah, and we got to have a little history last time with Bill Duff in Game 1, and you yourself have been involved with Beat the Champs in the past as many great, I think almost all of the game's greats have been involved in this event. Looking back over 60 years.
I
Dick
know
Weber,
the 2 events, yeah. Go ahead, say it. Dick Weber, who else?
Pete Weber, you, Leanne, Liz. I mean, the list goes on and on. It used to be all the former U.S. Open champions got invited to be the pro to list to set the target score.
Yes.
And not always can the U.S. Open champion attend, like Belmo. A little hard for him to get here from Australia when he's not on tour. That's one example, but you've done the target score show a few times, right?
I have. I actually, Pete Weber and I were one of the competitors one year. I think that was the year he won at Carolier that was his 5th title, I believe.
Yeah.
And then I do recall doing this with Bill O'Neill, the year he won also at Carolier. So yeah, I know twice for sure. I don't recall if there was a third time that I was able to make it. There was a conflict in my schedule. But I know the year I think I bowled with Bill, I think I shot 700 something, and I think the ladies were, oh no.
Don't send that lady back.
Yeah,
Don't send that Kelly back.
That's why I didn't go back for the 3rd time. So very exciting. You know, Bill Duff and his gang always run a prestigious event, and it's just great giving back to the bowlers. Bowlers give so much, not only in league, but for the association to bring back this event. The adults are going to win money. The kids are going to win scholarship money. It's fabulous. And like you said, the first time the youth event has been involved. So inaugural year for the youth.
We do have some shout outs, of course, for Landon and Rylan, Jordan, Tiffany Garcia, Merce, who's on our lanes, 15 and 16. Got a shout out for Naya and also Jeremiah. So it's good to have everyone in, and hope your favorite youth bowler is having fun. Kelly, I did tell everyone we have our featured pairs in front of us, of course, and we also have a camera set up that captures a few more pairs off to the left. And you can see there's the U11 division. All the little cute ones out there, they're all getting ready. I couldn't get them to take the microphone from me this morning and tell a funny joke, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they're all a little shy.
They're all a little shy.
A little shy.
A little shy.
I think they're waiting for like their chicken fingers and French fries and lunchtime to come around.
Yeah.
I do know when the adults come on later on this afternoon, they'll be rotating through, so we'll see a variety of both the men and women passing through as they will change lanes. But the youth, we've got the young ladies off to our right. I have to admit and give them some kudos that I'm very impressed by their balance at the foul line.
Yeah.
And how well their physical abilities are. So obviously we see some two-handers here on the gentleman's side, the young men.
Yes. Yep.
And they look great in their jerseys. Landon Jordan, did you see what he shot the first game?
230.
230. So Landon, I know everyone's probably talked a lot very highly of him, but Landon is on my U15 development team as well as our junior team USA team. So last year he was on my U15 team. He was still 15 years old, so he qualified for both teams. So he will have a full week almost at camp. And we have some other special standouts that have accomplished that as well. He's got a PBA title already, doesn't he? Along in his Bella Regional.
He wins everything.
He wins everything.
It's always the year of Landon. And, and his twin brother, Griff, is also amazing bowler, too. And I don't know where Griffin is today, but he's probably bowling somewhere. That's my guess. Do you know? Do you know where Griffin is?
I do not, no.
No.
Do not know where Griffin is.
All right. Well, the Jordan family can bowl. That's all I'm going to say about that. And super nice people. Always very kind. Mom's here. Mama Jordan's in the house. I don't know where Tony is, but he must be with Griff.
Boy, I know Jeremiah Travis here on lane 18 is not wearing our jersey, but I gotta say I love his Mickey Mouse design. Oh, and he makes the super washout. 1, 2, 3, 6, 10.
You say you like that? I didn't even pick up on it. That's Mickey Mouse?
I believe so. That's the signature style font on the back for Mickey. And the 2 little buttons, yep.
I'm going to ask him.
Okay.
Not that I don't trust you, Cal.
Sure.
But I was not picking up on that. Maybe I was not paying attention, though. It's possible. It is possible. Anthony Garcia is still rolling him good over on lane 14 or 15 and 16. 3-bagger, he bowled 212 game 1. He's going at a 200-plus pace through half the game in game 2. So going along pretty well.
I think the gentleman on 13-14, they're already halfway, almost done with game number 2. To be young
where?
again. 13 and 14?
They only have 6 total bowlers on that pair. We have 8 on our featured pairs. So a little slower pace. Anthony Garcia has listed his average as 150. And he bowled 212, and he's bowling 200 again this game. So he's having himself a morning. If he's not careful, he might wind up winning this thing.
Pocket 710.
Dylan.
On lane 17 for Dylan, yes.
Dylan. We're sorry. Those are always tough.
I feel his pain. I do that a lot.
Those are so tough. Off your hand, you think, oh, that's got a chance. Yeah. And then it's most likely an open frame. Not that you can't make the 710. I don't know how many times have you made the 710, Cal?
I've actually made it 3 times, once in competition.
1 time in competition.
Yep. My first year on the ladies tour, I was in Tennessee. Your wife was next to me bowling, and I went front 5, 7, 10 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare. And I just made the next cut. Like I needed to make the 710 to make the cut for the top 24.
No.
Yeah, I could hit the pocket all day long, but like every good bowler, we just have those days where you hit the pocket and there's always 1 pin standing. Oh, couldn't trip out the 5 for Anthony.
All right, Joseph getting up on lane 17. He had the big 257 game 1. He is starting game 2 with a double. So he is definitely liking his experience here.
He's throwing a gem.
He did not like that. He is disgusted, but he has 3 in a row. I think that's when you know when you've gotten to a good point in your bowling game, when you throw it bad and you still strike.
That's when you know you've got the right ball in your hand and you're in the right part of the lane.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to hit 1 1/16", which is the width of 1 board. You should have at least 2 outside and inside of your target, giving you a 5-board area. Now that's extreme until you get on those sport conditions where you have to be very accurate. But today's technology and all the advancements we've made with our weight block designs and our covers and our finishing process and everything, and then the lane condition itself.
Yeah.
You should be able to hit the pocket. Carrying is another subject.
And do you subscribe to there's really no luck in the sport? Like it's all about angles and really paying attention. You know, a lot of people say, I just can't carry, or I keep leaving 10 pins, or isn't that because the angle isn't right?
That is correct.
In general?
Yes. It's either the ball speed, there's something as when the ball is let off your hand, it's slowing down, but the rev rate is increasing. So what that means, the RPMs, or rotations per minute. Imagine you're stopped at a red light, and then you hit the gas pedal and you start to accelerate. The tire's at a slow speed, and then it starts to rev up faster. So when your rotations per minute meet up and equal your ball speed is when you're in the sweet spot or the zone, and that's when the striking just happens a lot. That's what you're trying to look for. Now try it and measure that and get it right each time. Well, that's the magic sauce right there. But the idea is just trying to hit that pocket, the 1-3 for the right-hander, the 1-2 for the left-hander, and then making those subtle adjustments so that the ball, my theory of teaching ball motion through the pocket. Listen, the ball is going to do one of three things. This is based on the right-handed bowler. It's going to continue and go towards the left of the pin deck, say towards the 8 pin or the 7 pin. The other one is it's going to split the 8-9, which means you're in the perfect part of the pocket to carry. And the other one is going to start going towards the 9 pin and the 10 pin. When you see that ball start to deflect towards the right for the right-handed, the left for the left-hander, that's when you know something has to come up and change.
Yeah.
So you're looking for 2 out of the 3 for that carry percentage, but obviously when you split the 8-9, it is when everything is in that sweet spot, and that's the cherry on top of the sundae right there.
Cherry on top of the sundae.
Yep.
I get my sundaes without cherries.
Well, you know, wet walnuts, Oreo cookies, whichever.
Whatever, yeah. So we do teach people to watch their ball go through the pins and off the pin deck, and what you just said is exactly the reason why, right?
Yes.
Your ball will usually tell you what is needed what adjustment you should be making based on how that is leaving the pin deck.
Yes. Yes.
And if you're teaching it at Team USA camps and you're in the Hall of Fame, I would say, I'm going to listen. I'm not really going to argue it. I'm just going to watch my ball go through the pins from now on.
Well, the indicator too, you know, I think when bowling balls were designed years ago, it was just a solid color, right? Like we still have some great bowling balls. I love a solid bowling ball. You know, our High Road is that blue, the IQ Tour is that dark blue. But so what we came out with that multicolor design is to watch the ball motion as it's going down the lane. So you see the signification of those colors as they migrate down, or if you have a dark bowling ball and you have lighter grips in the ball itself, you could see those grips starting in a spinning motion and then start to stand nice and tall as it's getting into that forward roll position as it goes through the pin. So it's a very good indicator of what your ball motion is. And that's why you'll see a lot of the bowlers use different colored grips to see their ball motion go down the lane. It's a good indication of watching it. It's so hard. We all want the ball to strike, right, Gary? The ball hits the pocket.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, it's outcome performance. But the process itself is just as important, even more important. And then, like you said, watching the ball roll over the pin deck will be a good indicator of what your next move has to be. Stronger ball, further left. Cleaner ball, meaning like a pearlized or a hybrid cover to continue and store more of that energy. So all great teaching tools. And then, you know, hey, try watching your ball motion. Put some lighter grips in your ball next time you go to the pro shop and have that DNA drilled or that TNT drilled or that new ruby red that's out. You know, try that beautiful red cover stock with maybe a pink grip or a yellow grip for the men and see what it does.
I like to match them all because I don't like to see my ball roll.
I don't either, but it's a great teaching tool.
I get it.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. I mean, my game's not going to get worse at this point, Cal. I don't think. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bleak out there for me. But we have fun still. And to me, that's what the greatest thing about our sport is, and I told this the other day to one of the kids, Spiros, you know Spiros,
yes,
right?
Yes.
I told Spiros, I said, Spiros, you're at the SYC. And in the chat, when we were doing our morning show, the Morning Bolt, Blair and I were just having our normal cup of coffee, chatting up bowling, right? Mm-hmm. And I saw a name come into the feed, Dennis Akma, who I bowled juniors with and against. Like, we were like in tournaments, and he would always kill me back then. And it was so great to see his name pop up, and he said, hey, Gary, how's it going, right?
Yep.
And I said, this is the thing about our sport that's unlike most others, is the connectivity. You meet people, and they stay in your life for so long. Like when Bill Duff picked you up from the airport, you and Bill met through the sport.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm going to go pick Kelly up and drive her out to the hotel and dinner, and he's taking you to the airport tonight. And I was like, you guys are like buddies, you and Bill.
I've known Bill for a long time through the sport, and yes, he's just, you know, the Illinois, doing the night out at the White Sox game and having that privilege to do that.
Yeah.
It's he's been a lifelong friend, him and his entire family.
Yeah.
His entire family, and I'm very happy to see that he'll still be a part of bowling even when he retires. His legacy will always be left there and what he's done for Illinois bowling. But it's nice to also see him enjoy some of the finer things of life along the way.
Yeah.
But
he is trying to retire, rumor has it, but no one's letting him go. I wouldn't let him go either. I'll keep him.
And he's too good at his job.
I think the last time that we hung out, it might have been Bowler's Day, the White Sox Bowler's Day the last time, and he was saying he's kind of leaning toward retirement. I said, hey, if you ever want a job, call me.
Yep.
We'll find something good for you to do. Cal, we're going to play a small little series of shout-outs to some of the supporters of the event, and we'll be right back.
Just to make a point, if you don't look good on the lanes, you won't do good on the lanes. Shop the look. Kulik, proud jersey partner of Storm Bowling. Everything from the Storm Black Label collection to Kulik quick ship jerseys. Each one designed to let your jersey do the talking. Kulik jerseys, hoodies, hats, and more. Kulik. Visit Kulik.com. Select, customize, and be cool. Kulik. Coming this summer, the 2023 Chicago White Sox Bowlers Day, Sunday, August 27th. It's our day for 22 years of guaranteed good time for all. Sunday, August 27th against the Oakland A's. It's the 2023 Chicago White Sox Bowlers Day. Be sure to keep an eye out for more information coming soon. And mark your calendar, Sunday, August 27th. Your game is about to get better. Introducing SPI Plus, a new digital magazine monthly from Storm. This month, practical advice from Danielle McEwen on setting goals and reaching them. Practice tips from Shannon O'Keefe and SPI Plus columns on your fitness, even traveling tips. SPI Plus. Visit stormbowling.com, enter promo code 2023 and get the entire year free. Take your game to the next level with SPI Plus.
All right, well, we are back. I love the Kulik commercial. They're the ones that made all of the jerseys that you see the kids wearing today. Storm and Kulik partnered up together to bring every finalist, all 64, got this commemorative jersey. And it's really neat, Kel, because it's got the skyline of Chicago on it, and you know, it's got some clouds, and the clouds are a little cloudy because oftentimes this time of year it's cloudy here.
I didn't see any snowfall in the shirts, though.
Yeah, no snowfall on the shirts. Nope. So, Nana Starkey is in the chat. Hi, Nana. Linda Mills,
Hello.
a.k.a. Linda Mills. She says, go Landon. We are watching. Aren't you guys at the SYC? Should you not be watching Abby be bowling right now, the SYC? What are you watching? You watching both? Landon bowling at Lyle Lanes in your hometown here, Chicagoland. Well, it's so weird. Nana's with my wife in Louisiana, and I'm up in Nana's territory where she lives. And they're there. Kel, I don't know what's going on.
Devoted fans. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, and she's watching Belmo because it's Tournament of Champions Day.
Yes.
You know a thing or two about the Tournament of Champions, don't you, Miss Kelly Kulik?
Yeah, I've got to bowl the event a few times. I was fortunate that the first time I was able to enter it by winning the Women's World Championship when the World Series was held in Detroit. The PBA coincided and ran the PWBA World Series of bowling. Back then, I won the Women's World Championships, and Tom Clark gave me a seat in the TSC in 2010. And that was one of the biggest highlights of my career.
Yeah. By the way, it's one of the greatest sporting moments in all of sport.
Yeah.
When you won the men's, at that time, it was really just men, Tournament of Champions. That's a very big deal. Speaking of big deals, Julian Rivera is on 5 in a row and trying to finish it out. Got that one wide. Great game.
Well, Mr. Garcia, you said his average was 150 something, you said, and shot 203 game number 2.
Yeah, he's in with 212, 203.
Yeah.
Julian, who's on 16, he's a 190 average player, and so he, game 1, struggled a little bit, but this game in with 211, so very good. Well done.
Wish we could have spotlighted some of the ladies to our right as well.
Yeah, I don't have enough
with
cameras. And I didn't know the setup, who's bowling where. So I'm going for the lady with the pink bow in her hair, though.
Nevaeh.
The whole headband.
Nevaeh.
That's Nevaeh?
Yeah, that's Nevaeh.
Yeah, she's rocking that headband.
Well, you know, women accessorize. We do well.
I love it.
And, you know, Gary, I saw in the commercial the SPI spotlight, too.
SPI Plus.
If you've seen this month's release, Danielle McEwen was the spotlight and featured athlete of the month. And she had some great tips when it came to practicing, when the appropriate time is to practice, when you shouldn't practice, mentally, the mental game itself. So she had some really great tidbits with this month's SPI Plus edition. Be sure to reach out and check up for that and listen to that. I think it's about a 4-minute video, 3.5-minute video.
Yeah.
One of our top athletes.
All you have to do is subscribe. If you go to stormbowling.com, click on the SPI Plus, I'll tell you all, you get an entire year free of SPI Plus, which is content made just for you. And it's not, you won't see it on our YouTube or anywhere else. It's dedicated content for SPI Plus subscribers. Use the coupon code 2023, so 2023, which is the year we're in, and you will get the entire year for free, delivered to your inbox on the 15th of every month from some greats like Kelly Kulik. Might jump in and do a segment on your favorite tip of all time or something. I don't know. What do you think, Kel? I'm
sure I'll be featured at one point or another.
Yeah.
Part of the evolution program too, as well. So some great tidbits along there. We've always got some lessons going on from all of our athletes.
Yeah.
And I enjoy listening to them too, because sometimes there's an assumption like, oh, we don't want to give away our secrets, like the professional secrets. Like, hey, I do this when the lanes are really dry, or I do this when they're really oily, and so forth. There's, you know, I think we're always trying to better ourselves with education. So if you go back and you listen to some of those lessons and tips from the professionals, you might pick up a valuable amount of information that will help benefit your game. This past month on our evolution program was all about luck, like you said earlier, Gary, and I think you create your own luck. I really do. I think if you're prepared and you have everything, you know your equipment from the strongest ball in your bag to the weakest ball in your bag, to if something happens and you lose a grip out of your finger holes, you can replace it right away because you carried that extra set. You know, a breakdown occurs that's going to happen over time, and you just go with the flow and mentally process it. I think you create your own luck. So
yeah,
that's just my belief.
Agreed. I agree, Miss Kelly Kulik. We make our own luck in the world. Peggy has a shout out for Bailey. Okay, we'll go Bailey. We can get behind that. We can support this shout out.
I know you can't see her. Just a little update on some of the ladies. She's on lane 19 and 20. She's got a decent game going. Catches a bad break, though, high on the head pin. Looking at their scores.
Can you see any scores down there?
108 for Brooklyn Barkley in the 6th frame. She's on a 190 2:0 pace. We have another one, BK. We've got Brooklyn Kendrick, my late arrival.
Oh, yeah.
5 out of 6 clean frames so far.
That's good.
Yep. Nice 180 pace.
Kelly, where do you go from here? You fly home tonight. Then what's next on your travel itinerary?
I will be home for 3 days, and then I'm heading south to Orlando Airport, where I'll pick up my rental car and I'll drive down to Kegel, where there is a Storm youth camp that'll take place this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Nice.
I'll get to work with Ralph Solon. He's one of our sales managers down there. Looking forward to this event. I've done the holiday camp right after Christmas a few times at Kegel, but this is my first time working, I believe, what's our youth camp there. So looking very forward to that. 9 to 4 each day. Love the staff there at Kegel. And, you know, I'm not going to turn down some 80-degree weather for a few days. That's a good thing.
You like it?
I do. I do like chasing the sun. I like to be able to walk out of my house or in just a T-shirt or a sweatshirt and not have to wear 16 layers and peel myself like an onion as I get into the facility. So
yeah.
I'm all about Florida and warmer weather.
You know, that's weird because you live in New Jersey, Kel.
I know.
And you love New Jersey, and I don't think you're moving from New Jersey, are you?
I don't plan on moving soon, but in the near future, I do want to chase the sun. I have some responsibilities still up north, but I love New Jersey. People, I would love to see the benefits that it gives to our local people. You know, granted, I'm not a Jets or Giants fan, but we've got them locally. Just a couple exits up for me on the Turnpike. We've got some other professional teams in the area. You go across the river to New York, and you've got some wonderful museums and Broadway and shows. You got the Mets and the Yankees close by. And then you hop on a plane, and you can be in England in 6.5 hours. You can go straight across country, and it's easy. An hour west, you're in Pennsylvania. An hour north, you're in New York. And an hour and a half south, you can be in Delaware or Maryland. So we have a lot of accessibility. The Jersey Shore. And,
are you going to work for the Chamber of Commerce or what?
I don't know. Tourism, right? Should I be a seller for tourism?
Yeah,
in New
you
Jersey?
should. You do love your New Jersey.
I do. Just so many things you can do. I could be a country girl, but I have to have accessibility to a city. I have to have that busyness somewhere around me. Although I could do it without the traffic. I'm not going to lie.
I get stressed out in the big cities. Just the amount of people and, you know, stuff like that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we're a densely populated state with New Jersey.
Nana says line dancing, Cal.
Hey, one of the mothers here asked me if I was going to show off my dance moves lately. Yeah, I do love line dancing. It's definitely, I teach it on Tuesday nights. I dance on Wednesdays. Occasionally I get out even the third day during the week. It's great for the body, for the physical enjoyment of it and moving, keeping your body mobile. It's great for the brain to keep thinking of the patterns.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's been some great articles about dementia and Alzheimer's and how dancing can delay some of those signs. So it's a great social environment. You know, you can have a dance partner along the way for those couples dances, and then you can also have the time of just being on the dance floor, doing the line dance on your own. So many great benefits from line dancing. I love music. I love the social aspect it brings. I've met some wonderful people through it.
Favorite country artist right now?
Favorite country artist right now? I don't know.
Is it Morgan Wallen?
How did you know?
Everyone's favorite country artist is Morgan Wallen right now.
Yeah, he's produced. He just came out with a new album release, and
yes.
it's fantastic.
Yes,
yeah.
It's fantastic. We went on Apple on our trip to Springfield, Missouri to bowl the Greater Ozarks tournament, and the four of us in the car, we were just headed on. We played the Apple Top 100, which was basically out of the top 40 songs, Morgan Wallen had 30 of the top 40 songs.
I believe it.
And I was like, this is crazy because we're talking about all of Apple Music. It wasn't Apple Country Music. It was all of Apple Music was Morgan Wallen. And that was right after he released that new 30... whatever his
36,
album,
I believe,
36 songs, so that's why they all occupied their top spots. But Morgan Wallen he's super popular.
Well, there's a song I'll share with you. I know we're at a youth event, but there's one time Dierks Bentley was guest hosting on Sirius XM radio, and he played a favorite song. It was by Ashley McBryde.
Yeah.
And the name of the song is Brenda Put Your Bra On.
Brenda.
Brenda
Okay.
put your, and it was just a catchy tune.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm an old schooler too. You know, one of my favorites of all time was Martina McBride and Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
Winona Judd, love some of her music. On the men's side, you know, you've got some of the traditionalists. Kenny Chesney, been to a few of his concerts. But Morgan right now is probably the heavy hitter right now on top 30 with Stormy Warren.
Yeah, for sure. I want to go to Nashville, Cal. That's what.
Yeah.
I need a trip to Nashville to see my friend Amber and Kenny Hedgepath.
We can go. I can accommodate you if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm not going to dance. You can do all the line dancing for our group. I'll just hang out and listen to the music because I love that whole vibe.
Do we have a youth event in Nashville?
Not currently.
Not
we
currently.
did have one in Smyrna, Tennessee.
Yeah, we did 2 years ago.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Yep.
Did I say Tennessee?
I'm not sure.
Go Vols.
Yep.
Beat Duke yesterday.
Yes, we did. I actually worked that event with you. I would love to go hit the strip and everything and
We
all
need
the
to go
bars and go
back.
dancing.
We need to go back.
Yeah.
Let's ask Miss Leanne if she can make an SYC in Smyrna again next year.
Well, if that's a possibility and I need to work that one, I can do that because I will bring my boots. I
Yeah.
do have a hat. I'm going to say I do have a hat. I very seldom wear it, but
Of course you do.
of course I do. I even have a belt buckle.
Of course
and
you
the
do.
shiny belt.
Of course you do.
Yep.
Come on. We know that, Cal.
Yeah.
No doubt. All right. Well, let's see. Where are we at with the scores up here? What do you got
All
over
right.
on the 17-18? Let's look at the scoring pace over there.
Yeah.
What do you got?
201. 150 here with the spare. We may convert the spare.
Okay, solid.
150-ish. All right, we got a possible 215. Wow, 240 for Landon if he strikes out. And then on the bottom right, JB is on a 250 pace as well. High scores here on 17-18. I wonder if this is the high scoring pair of the center. You know, it's right in front of the desk. Right behind us is the desk.
Yeah.
A lot of friction here, a lot of lineage, so probably some good scores. House pattern looks a little long. Looks like a 42, 43-foot house pattern.
You nailed it. It's 43 feet.
Oh,
20. You want to guess the mills?
it looks pretty high. I'm going to say 26, 27,
It is 28.
28. All right, so 20, yeah.
28
Looks-
mills.
Yep.
This is a nice kind of. This is where I want a bowl league.
Holders in the younger in 11U look like they're finishing up. Just a reminder, don't forget, please bring in both copies of the score sheet.
Oh no, not another 710.
Yep, 10th
No,
frame.
Tyler, no.
Now, see, Gary, what I was watching, if you watch that ball, see how it deflected to the right?
Yes.
It really got into that roll face. It was still skidding a very long time, so it just deflected. It never really picked up.
I'm still sad for Tyler though.
Yeah, I am too.
I think 710s is very unfair. Like, give him the 7 or the 10. Let him go for the spare, right? Spared up. Spared up. Oh. Tyler, my guy. We're blaming Kelly on that.
Oh, sure, put it on my shoulders.
That's a terrible. He was on a strike in the 10th frame. Could have got to 200. And now it's 183. And a really nice game. In the pocket all game for Tyler. A lot of 9s and then the 710. I think Tyler needs a ball change. That's Nevea. Right here.
With the headband, yes, Nevea.
Nevea.
Yep.
Nevea. Nevea. Loving the headband. Do you got an extra one for Kelly? You got an extra one for Kelly? She could pull that off. You could pull that off.
I
for
could,
sure.
yep. Brooklyn Barkley, great shot in the 10th frame. She's going to finish up with either 188 or 187.
All right.
Jordan, possible Landon Jordan right here for 240.
How about that game by Landon, too?
Yeah.
So early on in the game, he went strike, solid 9, strike, 4-pin, strike off the 4-pin, 2-8, on the left lane. And now, as all you really good players do, figured them all out, got all the angles right, and he has 5 in a row looking to finish it out for a 240. That's a pro game right there.
Ball change in the 10th.
Yeah. I think he went the wrong way with his ball change. But, hey, I can't. The kid's amazing, so I don't know.
Well, if you recall, now last year when I worked with Landon at our development camp, he was probably about 8 inches shorter.
Sure.
So with the growth spurt and everything, and he's been working on our youth bowlers on Junior Team USA have to send in a form each month of their progression. We ask about 12, 13 questions. What are you working on? What are your ball choices in your arsenal right now to go to an event, and so forth. And Landon, one of the things he's been working on is a speed control.
Yeah.
So this has obviously been faster. He's been working on slowing it down and so forth. He's really good up the lane. He's good left to right. But with his growth spurt, yeah, you can tell by his ball speed how much it's picked up from that growth spurt. He's able to accelerate. Now his power step is even quicker, and his stride is longer, and it just gives him so much more leverage in ball speed.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Oh, come on,
This
Gary.
is blah, blah, blah. What is all that? There's all those technical things?
Yeah.
For real?
That's how I look at it.
I love it. I love it. You're so good. I love it. It's great. Thanks for sharing your wisdom with us all. I appreciate it.
Sure. I still believe in USBC's formula. Timing plus swing equals release. You have to have timing. Your swing plane has to be in a certain spot in order for the release to be there at the bottom. So timing plus swing equals your release.
Timing plus swing equals your release.
Yes.
Wow. I must. What if you have bad timing and a bad swing?
Then the release is not even part of the equation.
Okay, so that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where do I go to get fixed? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, everyone comes to me for a lesson like, oh, I want to have a 450 rev rate. Like, okay, we have to have timing first. Like, your body has to be in a certain position for the elbow to be on the inside of the ball. The grip has to be the right grip in order to feel, zero grip pressure so the release can be precise.
Yeah.
But if your body can't get ready for the swing to come forward, the release just won't be there. So work on that timing, work on that rhythm and tempo.
Yeah.
Let the swing plane be what it is, and then try to straighten that out along the way, and then you will get that release that you're looking for. Then you have the manipulation. Oh, this is my player right here.
Yeah.
Lane 16. Loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
Got the dance moves down.
Yeah, Merc.
Merc, I love it.
Yeah. He's got it going on. He shook off his gutter. He's moved on. He's let it go.
I had breakfast. I'm ready for my snack now.
This got a chance on a spare. Almost. So, just so you know, Nana is in with SYC in Nashville 2024.
Okay.
Okay, so Nana, your job is to go and ask Leanne to make that happen for us next year. And Kelly is volunteered to be our pro there and also in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, professional line dancer, not professional bowler, professional line dancer.
You volunteer for all the tough ones. with the McCalls down at Planet Fun, right?
Yes.
In Charlotte, which is the Myrtle Beach, beautiful beach area. You'll go there. Anytime we need you, you'll go there, right?
Yes.
And Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville.
Yeah, I'm actually scheduled to work the Rhode Island one this year.
I've
Now,
never been to Rhode Island.
So here's a fun fact, gang, for those of you out there listening, not only tuning into this, but are all SOIC participants. The Rhode Island event, there is a dance barn called the Mishnock Barn, and it is strictly a line dancing facility for you to come out and enjoy some line dancing through the night. So if we have a group expedition and you would like to come out, Dan and Kelly Albro are the owners, we could do some boot scooting along the way. So as I go to Rhode Island, we're scheduling a line dancing event as well as whale watching afterwards. So
oh my
some
goodness.
fun facilities. And then, you know, last year in Myrtle Beach, Gary, remember, I did go out trying to do some shagging, which is another form of dancing
that's
down
right.
in South Carolina. So
You said it was late, too. It was 9-something at night, and you were leaving. The McCalls were gracious enough to let us stay at their home.
Yep.
And you said, hey, there's a place not far from here. I'm going to take a walk.
it was a walking distance.
Yeah. And you went out and explored. That was
Yeah.
great. Oh, Landon Sparrowski.
So both these young men and the ladies to our right are in game number 3. Brooklyn's up on the right lane. She just had that 180 game. She starts off almost strikes, lead the 7-pin. Good ball speed. Jeremiah over here catches the double.
And he did confirm it's a Mickey Mouse somehow related jersey.
Yeah,
So you were right as usual, Cal.
I have to find that. My goddaughter Addison is a huge fan of Mickey Mouse. I think she would love
Oh,
that for
that's
her
cute.
birthday. Yep. With a nice Storm logo on top of it, it'd be perfect.
Yeah. All right, my guy Julian gets him to go. He's got 85 in the 5th with a strike working in the 6th. So he's getting finished strong like he did last time. Almost 5-7-10 on lane 15.
There was one Lily that I did see earlier in the day.
Come on, Ricardo. Ricardo is coming up light. What is Ricardo's average? He rolls it good. I like his game. Ricardo Garcia, 171, roughly, from Lawn Lanes. I will tell you, for all you folks wondering about the U11 division, which is way off to the left, they are completed. So the U17 is still going on. And yeah, the young tykes are all but done. Lanes 3 and 4 are still finishing up. It looks like they're at 9th, 10th frames. So we'll get some scores calculated and find out who finished where. And it's a total pins. This is it. It's the finals, Kelly. So there is no made-for-TV stepladder or anything like that, right? This is just straight total pins for the 3 games.
Yep.
And includes their handicap, as this is not a scratch event. So we'll see who's taking home the top prize in the youth division shortly, and we will have an award ceremony. So stay tuned for that. Kelly, I think you'll be out signing autographs and taking some pictures and giving out some scholarship money.
Yeah, they have some beautiful pins that they were designed
They look great.
with the BTC logo. Gorgeous.
That guy Anthony Garcia is on fire today. He's just slowly going about, just being a killer. He's close to 200 out of this game.
I think he's throwing an electrify too. I'm not
He's
quite sure.
crushing it.
No, that's one of our global balls. Maybe that's a reality.
Reality.
Reality, yeah.
Remember, he came in with a 150 average, and he's bowled 210 and 2-0. And he's got a clean game going right now. So Anthony's been putting in some time on his game. He's getting better by the day. Did you get one of these cool finalist jerseys that they're all wearing? I saw Domo's had one.
And Doan has one. I'm hoping if there's some leftovers, I could take one home
Yeah.
as to remember this, again, being the inaugural event for the youth. I would love to do that. Jeremiah for the 3-bagger.
Let's go, Mickey.
There's a turkey. I think he's throwing urethane, too.
Little 3 in a row for Jeremiah to start his game.
There's your headband Nevaeh's up on lane 19.
Nevaeh is up on 19, you say. Oh. We'll try to zone in over there, Kelly, so we can give a shout out to our friends over to the right now.
Yep.
As the U11s are done, Nevaeh is getting up. You said on lane 19.
Yep,
With the headband. She rolls it really good. Nevaeh can bowl.
Let's see if we
You
can
watch her
spot
game?
lane. This is from this morning.
Yeah.
Allison, she's got a pretty good release too. Just misses the 3-6. Tyler's not liking lane 17.
My guy Tyler. Tyler, I saw that too, Kel.
Pocket 710, high 49.
549. Tyler. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. You know who's standing to the right of you right now?
I do know that person.
The great Rick Hara. This guy's a madman. He's such a good bowler. I can't get his attention. He's studying some of his youth athletes, I guess.
I think he's focusing on his coffee.
He's focusing on his coffee.
Woo!
Well, Chicagoland historically just has some amazing players.
Oh. They need to do that frame over. He was missing the 5-pin.
Yeah.
Linda Mills, she confirmed she'll work on the Nashville. Is that right? Yeah.
Leanne said to let's do it. All right, we're going back. All you SYC fans, by popular demand and in, Kelly Kulik's decision making, she said we're going back to Smyrna.
Yeah, let me clear my schedule. It has to work with my dates though. So
sure. We have to. It goes around Kelly's world. Yes.
I think I might ask for an extension too, if I could stay a little bit longer or come in earlier. For that
we're definitely going to stay longer or come in earlier. Maybe come in earlier.
I have been to the Country Music Hall of Fame twice.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going.
The Random Moratorium. It's been good.
What's it called? The Ryman?
Ryman.
Ryman?
Yeah, not Random, Ryman.
Ryman, okay. Is it fun?
A nice atmosphere. I mean, you think of all the legends that have walked through that. Dolly Parton, George Jones, some of the legacies, Loretta Lynn, going back to the heyday.
Yeah. Carolina asks, shout out to Alex Xavier. I don't know if you were in the chat earlier, but you should know if you're an Alex Xavier fan. Alex Xavier and I became buddies this morning, and he helped me set up the live stream video equipment. He helped me test all of it out before we went live early in the morning. He was about the first one in the building and super nice. I talked to him and his father, and then I said, hey, Alex Xavier, come on over here and sit in the booth and help me. And he did, which is awesome. So I hope he has good karma and his score is doing well.
Gary, you had a little nepotism about how it was going to go. You did a fantastic job with the setup. Kudos to you for doing a great job.
The last time we streamed to multiple platforms here in Chicagoland area, some things didn't work. That's all I could say. Man, Joseph, go easy on the pins, buddy.
Jeremiah looking for Yahtzee here for a 5-bagger.
Yahtzee?
Yes.
So we got Jeremiah going for Yahtzee on 17. And we've got Javier Julian going for 3 in a row. Julian Rivera.
Oh, light 4-pin.
It's all right, pick it up. Strikes look pretty, but spares make the game. Let's go.
There you go. Julian gets him to go. 3 in a row. He's finishing strong. Kelly, you want to talk about something completely ridiculous for a second?
Sure, why not?
Do you think in today's modern game, with all of the rev rate, the two-handed style, you know, all of that, is there an opportunity for a really straight play, like a really low rev straighter player to sneak in there? And because it is an advantage sometimes to just play him straighter and have less of the complexity?
Yes, in terms of, well, let's just say, for example, with the ladies tour, now we have a tendency to bowl in a lot more challenging conditions. Lower ratios, meaning like a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1, which makes it more challenging, flatter conditions.
Yeah.
And you have to be more accurate. So the smaller your angle, the better it usually is. And then you control it with ball speed. So if you're, what in today's world, if you consider some of the greats, like Norm Duke, myself, would be considered a tweener. We don't have a high rev rate, but our angles, Norm likes to keep his angles more in front of him. He can play left to right, but that can be an advantage because then you're making the lane only 60 feet in length. When you have more left to right, you're increasing the length of the lane because it's left to right or out, you know, inside and out. And the more angle you have, the more room for error there is. So there is an advantage to playing straighter. If you can keep your high ball speed up, you can usually throw stronger equipment longer.
Yep.
Polish stuff as well. And the ball is going to tell you one way or another faster if you need more angle or less angle or more ball speed, less ball speed, or something cleaner.
Yeah.
So there is an advantage to being straighter. And if you could find a way to work through your arsenal that your angles can play straighter longer, that's what happens. I mean, on the women's tour especially, I call it carving. The women have a tendency to carve out the lane and move it with them. So what they do is they start with a small angle and they just keep moving in parallel moves, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 5 and 2, 5 and 3, something like that. So they actually make the lane narrow, more narrow, because they're carving out from outside in, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
And it gets more challenging for the hook players because now we have to get so far, so deep inside in order to create that hold in the front. We have to, it takes us to a disadvantage. So if you're straighter and you're carving it, it works for you. It works for you. And the best place to see that is when Kegel does their breakdown of the oil over time. And that's why when the men cross with the women, they love it because the women create more friction.
To the right.
To the right, yeah. But when you have 80 out of 100 women that are carving it and 20 that hook it, you know, there's an advantage for a little while, and then we have to get so far deep that you got to get more ball speed, you got to get your angles just right, you got to get your hand position just right. So there is an advantage, but not so much on the men's tour. On the ladies' tour, yes. On the men's tour, the more you can hook it and create more open angle, and plus the men have higher rev rate and ball speed, they create more velocity as the ball hits the pins. You see those messengers off the sidewalls. Yeah. I'd be curious to see, after I just read an article on string pin bowling, how much that would be affected if we had more of those high rev rate players on the string pins. Would we see those messengers?
Will the string pins historically score, I think it's like 8 pins a game less on average?
That is what I've read. That is what I've read too, yes.
Okay. And but one thing that's interesting is that you make more unique spares. Yes. With a string pin machine.
Yes. The only validation I have heard is when Shannon and Brianna Cote, Shannon O'Keefe that is, and Brianna Cote were at the World Games in Alabama. Yeah. And they bowled on them, and they said every split was a 50% chance of making it.
No
based
way.
on a string pin, yeah. And that's including like the big 4, the 4, 6, 7, a 7, 10. So yeah. I really don't know the statistics on it.
Yeah.
There still is more studying going on in terms of AMF or Brunswick machines with their string pin technology.
Yeah.
But the lane condition shouldn't affect the ball motion itself until it hits the pins, and then the reaction with the string pins afterwards.
Good spare by Ricardo over there.
Some good scores on 17, 18.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, he's on a good 250 pace. Landon also 290.
By the way, my update on my guy Tyler. ringing 10, like smash 10. He 4-9'd on the lane the shot before.
Then he 7-10 on the 4-pin on the fourth frame.
And then, oh, he did?
Yeah, 7-10 on the fourth frame.
He went 4-9, 7-10, solid 10?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. He's having a rough go of it. He just keeps hitting the pocket and not getting him to go. I wonder how our friend Doan Mose is doing. I know Doan is in the building, our great regional manager for Storm Products, Inc. He is here. You and him worked the check-in, gave everyone their jerseys this morning when people came to town. I mean, that was nice. Well, that's good.
There's your man, Anthony Garcia.
190. He bowled a scratch 610 or so.
Almost 150 over his average.
That's great. Good bowling.
I wish I could catch some of the young ladies' names over there and some of their scores. Allison, I see.
Yeah.
She's up on the left lane.
I'll put the camera facing that end of the building there.
Looks like Michelle is on the right lane. Landon trips out the 7-pin. Let's see who else is on the ladies' side over there.
Rick, throws it just like you.
Yeah.
Twins.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm not sure if it's Nia or Nia Turner. She's ready to bowl in 21. Jeremiah looking to get back on the strike page. Four-pin.
Good shot. Oh, 4-pin. He's got that. Spare it up, move on. All right, Julian, my guy over here is in 200s, 204. So solid games 2 and 3. I'm curious to see where he's going to end up in the overall standings. He bowled really good in games 2 and 3.
Ugh.
Jeremiah just missed. AJ breaks up the split there. Just left with the old 4-7.
We'll have to teach Mercutio a little bit of lane courtesy. But I love his swag.
Yeah, he's got swag.
He's got swag. There's that song, Moves Like Jagger. He's got the moves like Jagger.
Yeah.
Tiffany Garcia, she's on lane 20, 6th frame, first ball delivery. And the washout. Let's see if Tyler can rebound here. Looking for a double. Left lane's got a little more friction to it, I've noticed.
You think?
I think, I'm sure. Landon trip a 4, Jeremiah left a 4-pin. I see more back end motion. Oh, nice conversion. Nice conversion. She makes the washout. Do we know what time the TOC telecast is for the gentlemen, Gary?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm so enthralled with Beat the Champs that I really haven't been keeping up. I'm sure I've got messages from our tour reps as to what's happening. Let's see. Do we have anything? Del Ballard is texting. Said he sees Jim on TV. So I don't know if they're on now or not. But maybe it's now. Maybe it's noon.
I don't want to play favoritism, but it is Alyssa Ballard's birthday today.
Is it really?
Yeah, today, Alyssa.
Hey, happy birthday, Alyssa Ballard. Let's read out some of the scores from the overheads. Scratch scores. Anthony Garcia, 612.
High on the pair.
High on the pair. Fantastic. And Julian Rivera, 560 after a slow start. He had 145, then bounced back with 200 games. So definitely saved his round. Good solid bowling. Mercutio was over his average all 3 games. There you go. That's our 15, 16. And now we're just finishing up here on lane 17 and 18, where our guy Jeremiah Travis has definitely got a good game going. Working on an open, but he's still got a good game going, Cal.
Yep.
Terrell has got a nice game going as well, 152 in the 8th, so can be in the 200s. Landon still striking. Oh. I'm pretty sure anyone that's wearing some sort of Mickey Mouse type thing, I think they got karma on their side, right? Like, I just think they do.
Well, it's one of the happiest places on earth. How can you go wrong?
Yeah, there's Alex Xavier getting it done.
I'm not going to Disney next week when I'm at Kegel, but I'll wave to the mouse as I pass it.
You're not. Are you typically like a Disneyland fan?
I do love Disney. Yep. I mean, I love all the amenities and the rides and theme parks.
You do? Okay.
I'm a Universal fan. You know, I love the movies.
I've never been there. Universal.
I have yet to ride the new Velocitor roller coaster at Universal.
Is it good?
I've heard some great things about it.
Yeah, I know you haven't gone on it, but
I'm a Jurassic Park fan.
Oh, me too.
Yep.
I always root for the dinosaurs.
One of the things I
too. I want the dinosaurs to win.
They
never win.
They lost, Gary. I got to tell you, but 260 million years ago, or whatever, 300 million, they lost.
Yeah. I don't like it. I root for my dinosaurs.
I recently just went to a John Williams dedication with the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra, and they play all of John Williams' soundtracks.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Jurassic Park was one of them, and come October, they're going to play the live soundtrack to the movie. So the movie's going to be playing with the orchestra playing the live music to it. I want to go see that.
Yeah.
John Williams did a lot of great movies. That was one of them.
I didn't know until I saw the Academy Award show, the pre-show.
Yeah.
They had an interview with him.
92.
And he is a rock star.
Yes.
Like the things that he produced when they went through his life's work.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, how do I not know this guy until this interview?
Yeah.
Like I guess not. I live under a rock. I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, I can. John Williams, some of his greatest soundtracks, if you recall, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, is Jaws.
Yep.
Then you have, I don't know how many of the youngsters know the movie, but E.T.
Yep.
Jurassic Park, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and of course the big one, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of his
all his
major,
works.
All of his works.
And he's nominated for a Academy Award, like some ridiculous, like 80-something or 30-something times or
50.
something.
It's in the 50s. I believe it was 52,
times.
and he's won like 12 or 5 or something like that.
He won a very small amount, is what they said. But he's nominated almost every time he's come out with something. It's crazy. Like, crazy in a good way.
Yeah.
So.
He didn't do The Big Lebowski, though. It was a fact. I missed that one.
He did not
do The Big Lebowski, no.
Right.
Do you know that's coming up to, I think, like its 25th anniversary or something?
Do you like that movie?
I was a big fan of Dreamer. None of these kids know what that movie is.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox, right?
Dreamer?
Was that
No.
Dreamer?
No. The guy from Animal House.
Oh, Belushi or something?
No. You're going to make me look it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know the parents out there are screaming at me, I know the name.
Yeah, for sure. Nana, who knows everything about everything, says that the ride is awesome.
Oh,
the Velociraptor ride or
Tim
whatever.
Matheson. Tim Matheson was the star of Dreamer.
Okay. I don't even know what that means, but okay.
1979. I was 2 years old. And it was about a gentleman wanting to go out to bowl on the Professional Bowlers Tour.
Yeah.
Bowling king in a small town yearns for a big time. I love it. The opening scene is he's coming off a bus with a potato on his thumb. that was the fixer-upper. When you used to rip your thumb back then, you used to carve out a potato. Yep, all the nutrients.
That's pretty funny.
Would not recommend making French fries after it, but great for the healing of the thumb.
Well, I didn't see Landon missing the rest of this game, but he did.
Well, he tripped a 4-pin twice on 17, so I'm not sure if his ball speed was just a little bit firm. Yeah, slightly firmed, or if he made a slight move. I'm not 100% sure if Jeremiah's throwing urethane. It looks like it. It could be a Black Widow or something else, but might be a slight hang down the lane, even though it looks like it had more recovery. How are ladies doing over there? I know, Gary, right now the Smarts, Sweet 16 is coming up, March Madness, but
yeah.
I'd like to see, there's very little mention of the women. I just feel like we always
take a back seat. What about South Carolina?
Did they just win last night?
Their opening game, they scored 100 points, and the other team scored like 40. It was like they're the #1 team, I think, in the land. I was paying attention to the ladies basketball. I agree with you, though. Like the WNBA and stuff like that. Like it doesn't get as much play as, of course, on the men's side, I guess.
I want to bowl in 17, 18.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I understand.
I don't know. You know who's at the WNBA?
Who's that?
My friend Coley.
Oh.
I really like Coley. Coley was in charge of the PBA and stuff, right?
Yes.
And I got to work with her, and I thought, I talked to Carolyn Doran Ballard about it. I said, Coley is a rock star. I loved her. She was like, I'm just going to do it the way I want to do it. It's just so good. Two.
Well, you're right. The adults were supposed to start at noon, right?
I don't 2, noon.
Oh, 2. I think
it's 2.
2 o'clock, yes.
We have an award ceremony that you're going to be getting ready for. So
yes.
I think we'll end this stream, start a new one with the awards.
Okay.
As soon as they're finished here in the 10th frame.
Good. I'm ready for a little girls' room break, too, I have to admit.
Yep. You should have time before you get down there for the awards, and I'll come back live when we do some awards and announcements.
Tune in. Oh, the 9-pin.
Jeremiah, my guy. I like his swag, too, his style. He's got good style. I like his hair. Yeah, Mickey Mouse, hair. He's got it all going.
Oh, great shot over there by Tiffany Garcia.
All right. Jeremiah 214. Solid game. Couple little hiccups in the middle of the game with his spare shooting, but in the end, a 200 game.
Nice.
#1 bowler, she says. Look, I got this picture. Can you see? Oh, let me go. I got to get my booth cam up. Hold on. Where's our booth only? Look at this. You guys see this picture of Jeremiah?
A little glare. It looks.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All Bowler of the Year awards right there. Wearing his Mickey shirt. I love it. All right, Kel Dillon is going to be in with a 200 game. He's going to make this, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, 2-pin?
2-pin.
He's going to make it, okay. And Ben, Mr. Clark, is in with 209. Nice game, Ben. Ben Clark. Ben, I don't think your average was not the 200. I think Ben Clark's entering his 135 average, Cal. 209's big.
Huge.
Big game.
Tyler, ring 10.
My guy Tyler, we need to get him an autograph special thing from you after he's done. He's had a rough go of it. We talked about making your own luck. Tyler, you've got some unfortunate things happened in the last 2 games we've been watching. Now, I just blame Kelly. It's easier that way.
Sure, I've got big shoulders. I can take it.
It's not Kelly's fault, but let's just go with it. And he barely gets it. All right, Tyler makes the 10-pin.
All right, Joseph here can go off the sheet for 259. He was throwing the exotic gem or the gem. Is he still? No, ball change here. Oh, looks like the fate.
Ah. Oh, it looks like 5.
That's half. That's 50%.
It looks like 5.
Not quite sure why the ball change.
I'm not sure what's happening. Tyler, of course, strikes on the fill ball.
Yes.
Of
Always
course.
carries.
Of course.
We call that big fill.
What's Landon got if he goes sheet here? What's his score?
69.
269? Oh, good
If I did
try.
that, I don't know if I could stand back up if I did that.
Yeah. 220.
It's a pretty sound, isn't it?
Landon.
I like that sound too. You know, all 10 pins went straight back. It's a little cold here, Gary.
Is it?
I think so.
You got your little long sleeve shirt on.
I do, yeah.
You
I've got
need
my
to
jacket
gain weight.
too.
You're too thin. You need to. Come on, let's go out for a pizza after this. A Chicago style pizza.
The 40-minute pie, you got to wait for it to come out.
Yeah, we got to fatten you up a little bit if you're going to be in this cold climate.
That's why I don't want to live in cold climate.
You got to go to the sun. Keep your exercise routine. Did you work out this morning?
No, but I did yesterday. I took yesterday, Monday. I teach Monday nights and Friday mornings, and then I take cycle. I took cycle at Wednesday morning and Friday morning.
Yeah.
And I took spin yesterday before I came.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, last shot on the feed right now coming up is Landon Jordan. A strike here gives him 269 to add to his other. I know he had 230, 240, 269.
7-something series.
Ho hum, Landon, whatever. The year of Landon continues. I started the year of Landon about 4 years ago, and every year is just the year of Landon. Great bowler, great kid, great family. And in with 744.
But Joseph Blonsky opens in the 10th frame, shoots 7-11.
711, Joseph.
Huge game. Huge series right there.
Good scores over there. Kel, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yep.
Folks, we'll be back shortly for some awards. Stay tuned. We'll see you in a little bit.